Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional owners of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Entertainment only. Okay, couple of corrections. Um, in regards to Jack Smith and Aileen Cannon, sorry, I've got a glare off my book there in case you're wondering what I'm reading at the moment. Great book, that's why I'm looking a bit weary at the moment. Jack Smith and Aileen Cannon, it's not a gag order as such. Jack Smith is seeking to amend the bail condition uh, requirements for Trump to include no threats against law enforcement. So it's not a gag order as such, but it just means to prevent him from threatening law enforcement because he's put so many posts out on his Untruth Social, carrying on about how the FBI were out to unalive him, etc. Anyhow, I read on that the other day. And in the similar vein is that I put on my community page, I just copied and pasted because it was too long to actually get a screenshot of it. The post that he put out for Memorial Day. So hop over to my community page and have a look. It speaks volumes about his current state of mind. Again, he uh, crossed the line in regards to E. Carroll, even though he didn't use her name. So I'll be interested to see what happens there. And I have been looking to see when these appeals will take place. So he has lodged an appeal for the E. Carroll case, for the New York fraud case. I can't see anything that says when those are going to be heard in front of the appeals boards or the appeals panels, however they get heard. So if any of you know when those appeals are down for, please let me know and I'll have a look. And on the same vein, given his Untruth Social rant, goodness, one of my beautiful viewers who was a registered nurse and dealt with this particular condition, she said that Trump wasn't so much suffering from dementia as paranoid personality disorder. Now, I'm feeling there's an element of both because I did look at paranoid personality disorder, PPD. And the symptoms, I've clicked over a page and I'll read you the symptoms. Believing that others have hidden motives or are out to get them or harm them, doubting the loyalty of others, having trouble working with others, being hypersensitive to criticism, quickly becoming angry or hostile, becoming detached or socially isolated, being argumentative and defensive, having trouble seeing why their behaviour may be a cause for concern, and having trouble relaxing. So those are the symptoms of PPD, paranoid personality disorder, and well, yeah, absolutely. One would say they fit fairly accurately. Other secondary conditions, reluctant to confide in others, bearing grudges. Oh my goodness, who do we know bears a grudge? Finding demanding or threatening subtext in even the most innocent of comments, and feeling anger and hostility towards others. Well, yeah, I'd say he ticks all those boxes, but I'm also feeling there is an element of uh, uh, mental decline as well in there. So, what I want to have a look at, closing arguments. How are they going to go? So basically closing arguments by each side, the defence and the prosecution. Now he's going off on Untruth Social about the prosecution having the final, they go last in the closing arguments, as if that's really saying it's a superior position to go last, etc. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Can someone just please take take it all away from him? However, okay, so what it is basically the prosecution has to prove that Trump is guilty. The defense just have to put some shade on it and basically suggest that not that they're sow seeds of doubt, basically. That's all the defence have to do. They don't have to prove he's innocent. They just have to sow seeds of doubt on what the prosecution are bringing. So the prosecution, I suspect, will probably be going full in about not so much the witness opinions, etc., but the financial documents that show the paper trail. The witnesses themselves, Stormy, Cohen, Pecker, and the other dude whose name I can't remember, Hope Hicks, etc., all they were doing were bringing verbal confirmation of the paperwork trail. Now, I have seen that there will be one juror that I won't say they're a holdout, but they uh, need some convincing, but I do see that they will get across the line. And there will be guilty on most charges. I don't see all charges. There's a package of charges there that I just don't feel that the prosecution have been able to prove without doubt. So let's have a look. How are the closing arguments going to be received by the jury? How are the closing arguments going to be received by the jury? I'll do lots of fives, so I'll use the Gilded Tarot Royale for the prosecutors and I'll grab my triple weight tarot for the defence. And we'll just have a look. How are the closing arguments going to be received by the jury? So you've got the closing arguments, then they'll have the judge will give direction to the jury, and then the jury will depart the scenes. As to when Trump's going to find himself in a holding cell, whether that's because he loses his biscuit today or whether he loses his banana when the verdict's given, I'm not too sure. I can still see him sitting there. Anyhow, that's not what we're looking at. Okay, change the energy. Let's have a look. Okay, the closing arguments. How will the closing arguments be received by the jury? How will the closing arguments be received by the jury? And then I might have a look to see how they'll be received by Trump. But let's have a look. How will the closing arguments? I'm doing the prosecution here. I've got two cards that have flown out. I don't know what they are yet. How will the closing arguments be received by the jury? Come on down. Not sure which one was first, but let's have a look. Okay. Oh, well, the beginning and the end. I think they will be quite decisive closing arguments. So that's the first two cards. I might do it this way. The Fool and the Death card. So, new start, new beginning, setting out on a journey. Oh, okay, thank you. Love it when they come in. Let me know if you hear them in the comments. The Fool card, setting out on the journey. So, this is the journey of the closing arguments. I think it's going to bring quite a decisive closure in regards to this. Oh, goodness me. Wow. So this is the prosecution. Death to the devil. Wow. I think it's. I've always felt that it was an open and shut case. I haven't looked at the documents themselves, but wow. Okay. We've got the Five of Wands, conflict. Do not be surprised if during the prosecution's closing argument that there's some argy-bargy going on in the court, very possibly from Trump himself. I just feel he's going to be removed and put in a holding cell at some stage, and it may not be happen until so you've got the defence and then the prosecution and the judge giving instructions to the jury and then the jury leaving. So it may be not until after the jury leaves that Trump is removed and confined, but he might be pulled up during the prosecution closing statement. Wow, okay. And a tower moment, explosive tower moment where the crown is literally blown off the top and this figure finds himself in free fall. Oh boy, and another major arcana, the lovers, the fading of the toxic masculinity. How many major arcana have we got there? Wow. And I'm just going to go on the base. I'm just going to show them to you. We've got the World card, conclusion, defending, having to defend himself, and judgment in regards to a money trail case. That is a harsh truth being brought forward that is going to end up in wounded retreat, needing a Bex and a lie down, illness potentially, and his vascular moment. Wow. We've got the star of hope, the star of the best of the legal system, Trump himself, finding himself restricted. So, doesn't get any more clear than that. Okay, pull out my Tripping Weights tarot. I'll just leave the screen down so you can see what's happening there. This is my Tripping Weight tarot. Okay, what have we got happening here? Show me the defense closing statement. How will the defense's closing statement be received by the jury? Oh, it's not looking good. Money secrets that they tried to keep hidden, and the Ten of Swords. Oh, goodness me. Let's just slather them some stress onto this devil dude. So how will anxiety about the strength of what is being brought forward? A lot of anxiety, sleepless nights, because to be honest, the defense doesn't have a leg to stand on. How is the defense closing statement going to be received by the jury? How is the defense closing statement going to be received by the jury? Oh, well, they're going to see it all in all its nakedness. How is the defense closed? It's almost like it's going to be childish exposure. Okay, how is this might even be Trump's reaction. Let's see how we go. How will the defense closing statement be received by the jury? Oh, and then they wanted that one. You want that one as well? Yeah. Then I don't know what that is. You guys would have seen it before I did. Oh, here we've got the vascular event again. Okay. I don't think they're going. I think they're going to be far from impressed. It's going to be childish. It's going to be exposing it as childish. I don't think they're going to help their case. Was it Costello or someone on the stand who basically, a defence witness who basically hand fed the prosecutors. They're not going to like what the defence are offering. We've got Judge Michon here keeping order. Tower moment, tower moment, tower moment. And then we've got vascular moment, and in here was the vascular moment as well. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Queen of Wands. Nechells, however she pronounces it, possibly. He might be the one that is bringing forth the closing arguments rather than Blanche, possibly. I'm wondering whether it'll be Nickel's, or however you pronounce it, Michelle's, I know Necklil's. Oh, you know who I'm talking about. I can't get my tongue around it, so don't try and correct me in the comments. Um, they may have felt, the defence might feel that female with the closing argument might have more pull. I don't know that she's up to it. Yeah. They're going to see the lies for what they are. Wow, oh wow, oh wow, and literally karma coming and striking. Karma, striking. Uh, this is the walking away from the abuse, but walking away from the win at all cost in regards to the election. And then we've got the devil again. Me. I don't feel the defence is going to go real well. And then we have justice. Now, those were on the top. I want to have a look at what's on the bottom. We've got the vascular event again. Um, well, can be contracts and agreements, but it can also be relationships. And you'll notice that the masculine energy in this card is reaching across to take females up. A lot of negative messaging coming out very quickly. Just don't think it's going to go well. Then if we go karma, win at any cost, the devil, justice, and an emotional overwhelming. Okay, I'll bring you up now. I don't think so. I would not be surprised if it was the female attorney who gave the defence's closing argument, but I don't feel they'll make much of an impression on the jury. I do feel there'll be one, I won't call them a holdout, it'll just be one juror that will, who perhaps got emotion involved in the emotions and opinions rather than the facts, and they just need to be brought around. But I do believe that they will be. You've got a couple of lawyers on the jury. I get a feeling that the two lawyers, they're fine, they're good, and they'll actually step this person through the process of what they actually need to consider. Okay, so how is Trump going to feel? Oh dear, Trump is going to feel like he's just hung out to dry here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay, let's have a look. How is Trump going to feel and react after the closing arguments? Oh, he's going to feel like he's being pounded upon. Paranoid personality disorder combined with dementia. And it's going to exacerbate the Empress is very much, can be my Russia card, can be about the birth of something new or feminine, but she expands. She expands whatever is happening. So him feeling like the whole world is against him and how dare they, and yes. Okay, so how is going to feel, going to take the prosecutor's closing argument? I can see it's almost like he's okay. Thank you. What I'm getting is the defence's closing argument is going to be basically, it feels like it's going to be dictated by Trump as if he's conducting a rally. So it's almost like he's written down what they have to say, and it's going to read like a Trump, oh woe is me, they're all out for me, it's a witch hunt type. Not delving into the sloppy word soup that he gets into, Trump at a rally, but it's going to have that sort of feel about it. Yeah, it's going to have, it's going, I think it's going to be a really difficult sell. And I do wonder if his lawyers are just going to go, yeah, whatever, because then we've got the death card for him again. Karma coming for those that he's made contracts and agreements with. If I'm just going on the base of the deck, finding their back up against the wall in regards to an inability to move forward on this, and it's not going to end well. So I really, it has that feel of a, and I love what's on the actual top of the deck, is justice and celebration. But how's Trump going to, how's he going to feel and how's he going to react in regards to the prosecutor's closing argument? Just show me how is Trump going to feel and or react in regards to the prosecutor's closing argument. Okay, let's have a look. Oh boy. Yep. Bun fight and very possibly verbally during the prosecutor's closing argument. Do not be surprised if he gets verbally out of control during the prosecutor's closing argument. Here we've got the Two of Pentacles trying to keep it under control, the challenge is going to be to keep him under control. Basically, you've got the two ships here on this wild ride out to sea, trying to bring at least one of them into harbour as they are getting dashed on the rocks. It's going to be a major juggle for Trump's lawyers, is what I'm really feeling, to keep him under control. The energy is stewing in. Well, it's a case about money. It's as the information is presented about the money trail. You cannot argue the money trail. Oh boy. Okay, in the past. So how's Trump going to feel? We've got the Queen of Swords, the prosecution itself, bringing the case being brought forward. Crowning this reading, secrets that he's insecurity, secrets that he wants kept hidden, trying to hang on to secrets. It can also be health as well. But let's see where this goes. The outcome, big stick moment. So how's Trump going to react? What's going to happen? Big stick in the immediate future. We've got externally for him the Empress, the expansion, something new. Internally for him, demanding to be seen and heard, but it's going to be really off-putting for those that are watching on. This can just simply him being verbally explosive here. I just get he's going to demand to be able to have his say, and it's going to be really off-putting. Hopes and fears. Three of Swords up here over the heart, encompassing the world. Can be I do feel that he wants to flee overseas, but I don't think he's ever going to achieve it. He may try and plan it, but it's not going to happen. This is a plan underway, the hopes and fears, a plan underway. The outcome, reaping what he has sowed. Disappointment in the harvest, an offer being made, and the star, the best of the legal system, or it can just simply be his star is gone, being stolen. And then we have ill health, gosh, and significant ending. Wow. And then restriction, back up against the wall and restriction. We've got the abuse, the stealing of the truth, the desperation to win at any cost, a difficult burden, struggling with the chaotic messaging down this path, karma, Ace of Swords, cutting through. Okay. I'm just again going out on a limb, as all us tarot readers do whenever we see something in the future. I don't think he's going to be able to stay quiet during the summaries. And it's not going to come across well at all. So let's see how it plays. Watch this space with interest. Take care. Love to you all.